Coming up on Coasting Through Asia, it's our first ever time in mainland China.
I am a little unsettled. I'm scared.
Where I'm hitting a pretty big milestone. I'll be riding my 1200th roller coaster, Dueling Dragons. And we're gonna attempt to ride both sides. If one side is acting up, then they will actually switch. I'm not gonna lie, if that happened, I think I'd freak out a little. And get our first real taste of a Chinese theme park.
I have wet garbage.
And it's all coming up next. Welcome to Guangzhou, China, our first time in this country. What you just saw was transit from near the Hong Kong airport to their main station, West Kowloon, and then we took about an hour bullet train to Guangzhou.
Yeah, train ride went pretty quick. It was different than the Japanese ones because people talk on there loudly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That was different.
It was a little intense getting out of Hong Kong because you have to go through like customs, border control. We had to enter in our Chinese visas. We have the 10-year visa. That's how we were able to do this. It was fairly expensive at first. I want to say we paid about $400 for a 10-year period. But we're able to go in and out as U.S. citizens with that. And so it wasn't a huge deal to get there, but I would say if you do plan on taking the bullet train, treat that train station like you would an airport. Like, get there early. Yeah,
because there's so many steps you have to go through. We got lucky that it wasn't that busy, but it doesn't mean it always will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am not going to lie. I am a little unsettled just because this is different. It's like, like my phone doesn't work the same as it usually does, and it's like a little odd, and like the language barrier is way stronger here. We really showed up at our hotel and they're just like, what are you doing here? And we're like, checking in? Like, we're trying to like show them and they're like, very confused, like, what are you doing here? Like, I think they're just maybe not used to like Americans being around. I feel like it's not super common because it's more difficult to get in. It's not like Japan where we don't need a visa. Like here it's like a process and it's expensive. Like, so it's probably way less. Give it a little while later in the episode or maybe the next one I'll be more chill, but right now I'm like very tense.
Yeah. We did get the hotel situation figured out. Just took some trial and error. But what we're gonna do now is head over to Guangzhou Sunac Land. So they're home to the Dueling Dragons Intamin multi-launch coasters. Looks so cool. One of those bucket list rides, I feel like, for a lot of coaster enthusiasts, but it's far out there. Even in Guangzhou, it's not in the city. It's about, like, we're pretty close to the center. It's about a 40-minute drive. So we're going to use the Alipay app, which is the all-in-one app. One of the things that they have in there, in addition to booking hotels and flights, trains and stuff, is Uber, or here it's called Didi, which is relatively inexpensive. Like, for us to get a 40-minute away drive is like $20 US, and it will be here pretty instantaneously. About an hour DD ride here north of Guangzhou is Sunac Land. Look at this entrance.
Yeah, the entrance is pretty insane. I will say, we did not get dropped off at the right spot. I don't know if this is we marked the wrong spot or because the Uber or DD took us to the wrong spot, But we had to do some exploring to find this, which is weird because you'd think if there's like this big old Intamin coaster, you'd hear it everywhere, but you really don't.
Yeah. So what happened was, this is part of a complex. So you have like some on-site resorts, there's an opera house, there's a sports complex, and all this is also surrounded by these big, tall, like skyscrapers. As you saw from the footage, even the smallest of like towns and suburbs of Guangzhou have skyscrapers. They're everywhere.
Well, it's because there's so many people here. Like, if you want to fit everyone, you got to build up
to
make more room, because you only have so much room to go this way, but you can keep going up. So.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of like convenience stores out there. We also saw a ton of scooters and like mopeds parked out front. So there definitely are people here. We know that there is an option to get fast passes if we chose. Yeah, we'll see if we need it. Usually parks like this are dead. Like a lot of the Chinese parks don't get attendance. But again, we're here during Golden Week. So it's like the equivalent of Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, so it might be pretty busy. But you should tell them what you're celebrating today, I guess.
Today, I'll be riding my 1200th roller coaster, Dueling Dragons. Nerd. Hey, you know what? It would have been the tilt coaster if the stupid Impulse was open at Liufu Village.
Yeah,
but
true.
Honestly, both are pretty awesome milestones. As we mentioned in the previous video, though, we're only anticipating one of the two sides being open today.
Yeah. That's okay, though. I mean, for what we heard, it's the inverted side, and apparently that's the better one, so that's okay.
We're still looking forward to it, but it's very typical that they'll run one side one day, one side the next day, and just kind of alternate. They don't run both sides, even though they're different.
All right, let's go get you your nerd cred.
Yay! As we get closer, you can really see all the little details on the entrance. These are all flowers and bees. They're really, really cute, very colorful, and this is just huge. Very, very impressive sign. And as we walk to the other side, look at this architecture. This is the turnstiles. That is very impressive.
There's a robot just going around over there. Are we not?
What? Excuse me? Wait, there's a child in that. Is this like a... Oh, wait, he's just controlling that. I see more flowers up there. You obviously have the Chinese dragons on either side. There's metal detection here, which is honestly a big change of pace from the past parks we visited that don't have metal detectors. All right, welcome inside. So the first thing we'll mention is that we pre-bought our tickets online in advance. It's about $30 US, and we went to scan them at the turnstiles, and we just walked on in.
Yeah, we think admission might be free, and it's like you scan to ride. I don't know. They looked at us like we had like 18 heads, so I don't know.
Yeah, we have these QR codes on our phone, and they're like, use these to play. So we think that means that at the entrance for the rides, we just show the code. I think. Whoa. Well, these are just incredible. You could ride a 3-headed dragon around the park.
And he moves.
This is incredible. I love that. Yeah, these are quite literally dueling dragons. M&M's, right front and center on Main Street. A whole store for them. There's also an archery station. Wow, this place is different. Wow. Quite the entrance, actually. This is really lively.
If it's because of like the holiday coming up, or if it's always like this.
I have no idea. And at the end of our main street, we have a ship right in the center of some fountains. It does have a face on it.
That's the thing. Everything, no matter what it is, has a face, and it's adorable.
Yeah, and then right here on the other side is like a full pirate ship. So I know I haven't been to Universal Studios Beijing, but this looks like the view that you would get when you are entering that park and looking out at the Jurassic World section.
Oh, this is Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, yeah. Is that Mount Prometheus? Look, we have a ton of flamingo boats. That's awesome.
I want to do it.
I would do it. Yeah, and I don't know what we're currently looking at here, but my gut says it's a slide. It does look like.
But I think you're in a vehicle. I'm pretty sure I saw people in a vehicle.
No idea.
Look.
Oh, yeah. Look, there goes someone. What is that? Are they just in a potato sack? We're walking underneath all these lanterns. We're trying to find Dueling Dragons. I know they're somewhere over here, but I don't know exactly where. What is this section themed to? I guess they don't do that here.
I don't want to talk about it. That was worse than any rejection I've ever gotten from a boy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Looks like they have a splash battle of some sorts, maybe by Mock, but regardless, not open. Mom, can we watch Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl? We have Curse of the Black Pearl at home. Curse of the Black Pearl at home.
Bro, they got Peppa.
Whoa.
It's Peppa.
These are awesome. I love all the different faces. That one's the cutest. Nice.
I did not know Panda would be so yummy.
One thing I would compliment them for that I have noticed right away, they're playing very upbeat music. A lot of instrumentals, EDM mixes. It's very hype. It gets you excited for the day. Excuse me, is that the hungry caterpillar? Because it certainly looks like it.
What kind of wacky worm is that? I love how instead of just like blacktop or something, they have like flowers painted all over the ground. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, seriously. Any like parking lot parks that just have just straight pavement, it looks like you're, well, in a parking lot, do better. This carousel is awesome looking. Again, keeping with the trend of just flowers and colors and questionable faces everywhere. And here's our ride vehicles. That guy is awesome. Snail, there's a bee. These are great. This guy looks pretty out of it, if you know what I mean. I really don't know if these characters are specific to Guangzhou Sunac Land or if there's something from like Chinese culture and like everyone knows who these characters are, but they are surrounding the park. On a day like today, when it's a little warm, it is very nice that they are misting the entire pathways so you can help cool off. Very much appreciated.
A nice person just came up to me and gave me a flag.
I think it's because it's literally like national holiday today. So yes. Everyone's got one.
I know. I feel included.
Oh boy, here it is. Our first look at Dueling Dragons, the massive loops that are connected. One goes over, one goes under. This is so cool to see.
It's more of like I didn't know that when or if I would ever see this in person, and here it is. It's kind of insane.
To be standing here in front of Dueling Dragons.
To be our first coaster in China.
Our first Chinese coaster. I did not have this on my bingo card, but I am not mad.
No, we were actually talking about this, and we were saying, like, prior to planning this trip, when we were talking about, doing Chimelong, like, what we thought would be our first park in China, and I always assumed it would be Disney or Universal.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, so it'll end up being Chimelong. Nope, we were both wrong. It's freaking Guangzhou Sunac Land.
Excuse me? What? What? Well, that's just awesome. Hello?
And there is our entrance sign, Dueling Dragons. That is very cool. The last time I rode a coaster called Dueling Dragons, it was at Islands of Adventure.
Does this count as Dueling Dragons completion now?
Yeah.
There's not another one, is there?
I doubt it. Rip right side, closed off. Left side though, here we go.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take one. One is better than none.
Correct. Are these benches in the line?
Yes, I've actually heard about this. That in some Asian countries, they will put a thing for you to sit on it, like for when you're in a long line, which is so nice.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I wish that this would be adopted. Like, the only one that I can really think of that has something like this that we're used to is like Rise of the Resistance. And here's our wait. It is posted at 30 minutes. So, you know what? Could be worse. Just take a seat, and we'll wait it out. So there's the load station. Something I noticed, right up there is the load station for the red side. Meaning these stairs is how you access the station, which is directly above us.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It is very cool.
Oh, man. So once we got to like basically the front of the line where they're grouping everybody, we had to scan this, which is our QR code that I guess it's our ride ticket, because it wasn't our entry ticket, that's for sure. And then they scan your face along with it. So now I think for every ride we do after this, because this is our first, we'll just scan our face.
So operationally, something they're currently doing is spieling, telling everyone the safety procedures while the train is sitting empty. What they should be doing is spieling to everyone while the train is cycling, because there's only one train.
I think something you have to realize is most other cultures other than America are much more patient. So I don't think people are as irritated by stuff like that as we are, because we're used to things being so fast. And here it's like, oh yeah, if I gotta wait an extra however long so they can tell me safety stuff, it's okay. At least that's what it seems like.
Yeah. It's just a shame because obviously that would be much better optimization because, oh dude, no way. What? Wow.
I do this all the time anyway.
Wow. In we go. Let's see, front row is taken, so we're gonna go to the back. First ride, all the way back here.
I'm mad about it.
I'll take it. We just rode the green side of Dueling Dragons.
So that'd be Ice Dragon.
Yeah, correct.
Yes. That was awesome.
That was great. I really, really liked it. It was a lot of fun. It had airtime, it had forces, it had some whip to it, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, loved the spike with the launch at the beginning. It was very punchy. I was very appreciative of that.
Yeah, I'd say it was more punchy going backwards.
Yes.
Like the first launch was very gradual. It didn't have a ton of kick to the start. But going backwards was nice, and you got some really good floater up at the very top of the spike.
So much floater. That was awesome. And then, like, I would compare the airtime moments that you got to, like, when we just did Nafina Force. Like, It felt very sweeping like that, which was very, very cool. A lot of positives, a lot of negatives. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but I think it was just because I was excited. And it went by really fast. But I really, really liked it, and I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, oh, definitely. That was really enjoyable. I mean, you can obviously see how it'd be much better if it dueled, but again, just taking it for what it is, it was a good layout. I really liked the trains. It was very smooth, very comfortable, and all the moments hit. There really wasn't any dead space.
No, there wasn't, but I feel like this is going to be another one that, despite how much I like it, it's going to irk me that it's not being run at its full potential.
It's like Guangzhou Twisted Colossus bothers me. So yeah, no, I think I agree. Like, it was very, very cool to ride this, but like inherently there's still that feeling inside you of like, oh, but it could be so much better.
When you know what it's capable of, you're like, come on.
And on a personal note, I do want to add, that is a pretty cool 1200th. That was very, very cool. Once again, they're playing a banging soundtrack. Oh, it's so good. That was very, very weird to see. I mean, I had heard that this ride was kind of temperamental, but to see a failed launch like that?
I know, but I happened to be over by the launch recording. That was lucky.
Yeah, very, very unexpected. So I was told sometimes what happens is that if one side is acting up, which again happens a decent amount, then they will actually switch and open up the other side, which I'm not gonna lie, if that happened, I think I'd freak out a little.
I'd be pretty excited, because I did not come here expecting to get both.
Yeah, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this and see what happens.
That was really weird.
I'm losing my mind. Literally like 2 minutes after saying that clip of, sometimes I've heard that they'll sometimes switch sides if one's acting up. They literally just tested red side.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, let's go do that.
Oh my gosh, we might actually get both sides.
I just want to make sure we get on it before they switch it back.
Yeah.
And the line is kind of long, so I'm like, how do we get up to the front quickly?
I know.
They have fast pass?
They do. Oh my gosh, we might actually get both sides. I've literally, this just made my day. So because we want to make sure that we could get on this in an adequate amount of time, we scanned this QR code on WeChat, which is a very popular app in China, and we paid 198 Chinese dollars to get 5 skip the lines. So that way we can bypass that 30-minute wait. We are in the station. Here we go. Front row on the red side.
There's a story to tell here, but just wait a few minutes.
We'll tell you after the ride, but there is a story to this. We just got off the front row of the red side. We got both sides of Dueling Dragons at a park that only runs one.
So there's a miracle that happened somewhere in here. So we had spoken to one singular person who works at this park. I think they're the operations manager or something. And we got up to the station for red, and an employee said, "No, you have to go back down now. We're switching to green." And we're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? We're gonna miss it by one train?
We're next up.
Yeah. And then we just hear, is that Taylor? And it's the one employee that you had spoken to.
The one person in this entire park is up there on the platform and is like, those people look different than everyone else here. It must be the people that we've been talking to. And so I just, they don't speak English at all. And so, they send a text. That's how we've been communicating with them. And I get it. And they're standing right next to me. So we're texting back and forth, even though we're standing next to each other. And I just say, please, 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 can we just send one more train? Send just one more on red. Because clearly they want green for most of the day. And so she said, yes, you can ride the red side. Yes. And we did it.
What a hero.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, a hero.
So, red side, really good. Really, really good.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. It was reminded me somewhere if you took Copperhead Strike and you blended it with Taiga and you added a little bit of Pantheon in there, that's where we were at.
Okay, that gives some sort of visual.
It's something.
Yeah, so
so
on the first launch, it was similar to the green side where it's very gradual build up. Backwards launch is awesome. Spike is fun. The loop, you get a lot of hang time up front. I like that a lot.
Yes.
You know how we said green didn't have any dead sides? There is a dead side on red.
Oh, are you talking about the trim?
Yeah, there's
why?
There's one trim after the loop as you're rising up, and that was a little It
was an aggressive trim, but it's okay. I still thought it was fantastic. I loved that. That was really cool.
There's some really good airtime pops, just ejector speed hills. Again, really forceful. Neither one of us grayed out or anything, but it was just really fun.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So I think what we're gonna do is go again. I'm not sure which side we'll be able to get this time, but we bought some skip the lines, and so we used one of them. So now we have 4 more for the rest of the day.
I mean, you know what would be great is if they just freaking dueled them like they're supposed to, because if they get both of them running, why not run both? You've got an hour-long line. Just do it. They won't.
Nope. Really enjoying these skip the lines because we just bypass everyone. Even this is the full train of the next people to ride, and we just wait here at this gate. to let us on.
Yeah, apparently the line's like an hour now, so I'm not mad about it.
So it looks like green just needs a little bit more time to open, so they have kept the red side on even though they were doing test trains on green. So now that we're up here in the station, let's try a back row ride on the red side.
It's gonna be even better.
Yeah, we're gonna go high up that spike. Back row on red side. We went from not thinking we'd be able to ride red side at all, now we got 2 laps on it.
Well, we didn't ride red side because it's orange, bro.
What?
The track is orange.
No way. That's red.
The track is orange. You're colorblind. What are you going to say? The other side's blue?
All right, I'm not about to have this. Anyways, back row is great. Spike, fantastic. The ejector pop towards the end is so powerful.
Oh my God, it's so intense. I love it.
Yeah, there's also something we haven't talked about is there's some trenches. There's right towards the end, you like dive into a tunnel. I like that. The last roll, I actually did gray out a little bit. That was the first time on either of these that I actually like had a moment of gray out. It was like that last curve right there.
That is
like before the brake run.
Track.
What?
That is orange, straight up. That is orange. That is orange and green. Just saying.
Anyways, so I grayed out a little bit right there. The roll over the green side was really, really good. And I also really like that whippy transition. You get thrown pretty hard.
It's such a cool ride that like I think about how awesome it would be to have like the visual of the green side going at the same time, and I'm just like, I really, really want to see that.
I think also this time I appreciated more the different crossovers. Like you really do get close to the other side and like where the track, the supports are.
Which makes it more sad.
Yeah, but also like, you know, you sometimes wonder about the clearance. You keep your arms in tight, like you know that it's safe. But I mean, I do trust Intamin. But that was like a brief moment of I'm like, whoa, that was closer than I expected.
Yeah, I don't think I put my hands up. I don't typically put my hands up on rides though. But like, this is one that I probably wouldn't, regardless, because yeah, you do get really close.
Structurally, this ride is so impressive. Just the way that the backbones are connected. You can also see that some of the supports are shared between the two sides. Like right there, that's a support column that connects to both pieces of track. It's just like so well designed. I'm just so impressed with this ride.
So I just noticed that there are multiple supports that are not supporting anything. What are they for?
I don't know. That's really weird. This whole tower right here clearly was, yeah, that one right there. So weird. So for lunch / dinner, we went all out. We got KFC.
To be fair, we only ate here because they have outlets and our phones are very low on battery and we don't want to have dead phones in China. So
true. So we are charging up while we eat KFC because they have power outlets. Archery? Dude, these theme parks are getting creative with their activities. Well, this is impressive. This is beautiful.
It's called Heaven Dog Devouring the Sun.
Sure, why not?
Oh, it said it up there too.
Oh yeah, it does say it right there.
I think it's a show and I think it's done for the day, but that's cool. This is a very cool building.
So it looks like there's more of the park this way, but for some reason is closed off. It says Havoc in Heaven, and then also the railway station. That's weird. No idea why. I don't know what Legend of the Five Goats is, but I need to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is that it? Just a statue? They fly now? Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, it's literally an air race. That's fun. This is one of the more random things here, but not the first time we've seen it in a theme park. You can go horseback riding here. Hey, remember when we went horseback riding at Parque del Cafe?
And it was like 50 cents?
Yeah. I don't know how cheap this is. Honestly, it might be included with admission for all we know, but that is kind of neat. This is the most terrifying thing I've seen at this park. I assume it's some sort of walkthrough. Here's the backside of all that rock work we saw. They have this huge mountain and then this beautiful building built into it. Yeah, it looks like some sort of like walkthrough play structure up there. This is really, really cool. It's called Mysteries of Nature. This is only the second park I've ever been to where I've seen a Tagada here. Unfortunately for us, it's only a few children on it, and when it was cycling, it was not going anywhere near as fast as the one at Wiener Prater. So it actually looks, it is an upcharge. Man, there's a lot of upcharge stuff here.
Yeah, I don't really know what our pass actually covers besides the roller coaster.
Yeah, it's like the bare minimum amount of rides. A lot of other stuff is extra. Even small little rides, like this little air balloon thing, has a very, very impressive entrance sign. They've done it up, and I applaud them for it. They also have a Zamperla disco that goes out over the pathway right here. Looks like a really nice presentation for a ride.
This place is like, while it is like a park, like an amusement park, it feels like a bit like Prater.
Yeah.
Where it's like a bunch of like upcharge attractions, because I don't know how much is actually included here. And everything's got like kind of like a big facade or whatever to like entice. Like this up ahead.
Oh yeah, what is that? An ice room maybe? We saw a bunch of those in Japan. During our time in Taiwan, we saw a lot of gates like this. So it's cool to see a park like recreate something like that, because these are just like very historical pieces throughout this region. I have never seen anything quite like this before. This is very, very impressive. This is literally a slide and all these glass floors. So sick. So the tower and the slide are upcharge attractions, naturally. It was 49 Chinese dollars, aka about $7 US.
Isn't it yuan?
Yuan what? This is great. So this part is a mirror, and then if we step a little bit forward, oh my gosh. What?
Okay, usually this stuff doesn't like, we've done this on the Burj Khalifa, but it was like a square like that big.
This is huge. Whoa. Oh, that is spooky. That is scary. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, this one, if it breaks, we only fall onto the rafts. They'll safely catch us. Wow, look at this. So that's the slide, and then yeah, there's the coasters. There's that theater we saw all the way back there. There's the pirate ship from earlier. Yeah, this park's massive. So this is the line for the slide. They give everyone a poncho, which is funny because it doesn't even look that wet.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is the poncho is already wet.
I wonder if they give ponchos to everyone who rides this ride. Actually, I think they do. Everyone is covered in. I guess people here just don't want to get wet.
This is like a garbage can.
This is so utterly ridiculous. There's no way this is gonna be that wet that I need to wear this. Guys, this is about to be wild. I've never seen anything like this before.
This is wet.
What? All right. Nope. Not wet at all. Here we go. Look at these lights. This is sick. Also, the fact that the sides are also glass. Whoa! All right, that was a little wet.
Yeah, I'm already getting wet.
It feels nice though. It's really refreshing. Also, because we're literally wearing trash bags. It's kind of hot. We're going kind of fast. We started all the way up there. We still have so far to go. Oh, building up speed. Whee! This is so cool. Whoa! I love this. Oh! Oh! Oh, that was really wet, actually.
Oh.
That bad?
Yeah, really that bad.
So maybe these were for a reason. we doubted them. Whee! We started all the way up there. Oh, more rapids. Oh! All right, almost done. Home stretch. Oh! All right, we're good. That was great.
That was awesome.
I really, really like that.
I am wet garbage. Wet garbage.
Lion King, this way. What, the remake or the original? So this right here looks like just your average run-of-the-mill boat ride, but two things. One, most of it is indoors, and second, it's technically a roller coaster. On RCDB is listed as a credit.
This?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's manufactured by Jinma. It says water coaster, so that makes me think there are roller coaster elements inside.
Yeah, but they're in like a boat.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah, but so are like mock water coasters.
Let's go find out.
It is called Crazy Waves.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that S was another E, and I was like, crazy wavy.
Crazy Wavy. And that guy looks like he's having an awesome time. So at this ride, everyone has the option to buy a poncho in line. Versus when we did the slide, everyone was just given one. But
yeah, but did you see that splash?
yeah, you're gonna need it, and you know, everyone has the same idea because pretty much everyone in this line also bought one. Crazy Waves does indeed have some pretty crazy waves.
Dude, I'm like, I can't stop mentioning him every time I ride a water ride, but like, this is Matt's hell. This is Matt's personal hell, because even with a poncho covering almost everything, I still got wet, like everywhere. I don't even know how that's possible.
But we should talk about what's inside that building, because that was really cool. So going up the lift hill to the main drop, there's these huge caves. Think like Big Thunder Mountain's lift hill, like very, very impressive. There's also some calmer scenes where you see like some hippos and elephants, and then you have like this elaborate scene where it's like a volcano and everything's like molten lava. Yeah, there's also a backwards drop and a turntable and a vertical lift.
Yeah, but was it a roller coaster?
I do not think so.
Nothing about that felt like a roller coaster.
It's a boat ride. It felt like a boat ride. The reason why I believe it's classified as a roller coaster is because it does have a backwards dip, which under RCDB, that's where things get a little tricky because you have like the whole classification of how do you define a roller coaster. It's like, well, if you have a gravity-driven section like that where it's like a little dip, like, is that a coaster? There's track. Well, it's like, well, yes, but no, I don't know.
Because then, okay, when you ride Dudley Do Right, is that... I mean, like, does that count?
It has a hill.
Does Splash Mountain count? Is there a hill halfway through the ride?
There's the flume at Enchanted Forest in Oregon. That one has a moment like that. And originally, I counted that as a coaster because it was like that on RCDB. And then after I thought about it, I'm like, no, that's not a coaster.
Yeah, you know what? I'm proud of you for that. Because otherwise, I would make fun of you for your count being a little padded.
Honestly, it's okay. I make up for it but when I don't count this by then counting something like that bobsled thing at Bayern Park. when that was not on our CDB, but I'm like, no, that's a coaster.
That felt way more like a coaster than this. Hello. And they said, "Freak that out."
One of the attractions I was most looking forward to today is a flying theater. It's called Fly Guangdong, and from what I've been told, it uses 8K resolution.
That's going to be insane. Isn't it Born 8K? No, that's 10K. No.
I don't know.
It's really, really high def. It's probably going to be freaky. And this building is sick looking.
Yeah, this is very, very impressive. This is like an old school aviation theme. I'm really, really digging all this. Cool. This is fun. You know what it gives me vibes from is the Soarin' at Disney's California Adventure.
Did I do that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No. That was some of the worst operations I've ever seen in the entire world. Thank goodness we used to skip the line because that was just so unbelievably slow. So thank goodness that was for one of the best flying theaters on the planet because that was still worth it.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. We ended up getting separated because it's like a full-on mosh pit of people trying to get seats. Like, it was like aggressive of people like shoving and pushing and everything to get the best seat. I was like, oh my god, I just want to sit. I don't care where. It's fine. That being said, we ended up sitting there for a very long time, and I was very confused, and I started to fall asleep. And then when it started, it was like, oh my god, that was the most crisp, clear flying theater like I've ever seen by far.
It uses LEDs. It's not a projection. And so, like, step one, already off to a great start. It's seriously the only thing I can really compare that screen quality to is the Bourne Stuntacular.
Yeah.
Like, it is just unbelievable. It is also amazing storytelling. You start and end in the same location, even though they have a little bit of voiceover at the beginning and end, you don't need it. Like, the story tells itself, and visuals are incredible. Yeah. I was just blown away. The soundtrack, the music was just amazing. It hit all the beats you want in a flying theater, even to the fireworks at the end.
You can't have a flying theater without fireworks at the end, and then going back to the location you started.
Yep.
It's just like it has to.
And warping was not a problem at all until the end when you get to the Canton Tower, and then it pulled an Eiffel Tower in Soarin' when it was like,
Did it really?
Oh, yeah.
Where I was sitting, it was fine. That's funny.
Just incredible, incredible ride. Do not miss it if you come here. I highly encourage you to get a fast pass because do not wait in that standby line. It would be miserable.
Well, also, it might not be this busy normally.
Yeah.
It is a holiday.
It's just in the time that it took for us to load, anywhere else you could have loaded a flying theater, cycled through the show, unloaded, and started loading a new one.
Oh, God, yeah.
We hadn't even started. Yep, it's definitely a holiday. We got fireworks over there. I don't know if that is like meant for us or it's just someone else shooting off fireworks and we just happen to be able to see it, but...
Not mad about it.
Nope, not at all. We're gonna go do the Mach Not Mach powered coaster because that's the one major ride that we have left that we haven't done. We just turned a corner and there's like some sort of show going on over there. Look at this. Also, I'm loving this light decor. Everything here in the trees. This is so fun and festive. So remember that double-decker carousel we showed you earlier? Apparently, the two halves can rotate independently of each other. Didn't know that. I thought it was one big thing. So that uses the same technology as Arthur or How to Train Your Dragon and Motion Gate, but it is not by Mach Rides.
Yeah, so is it Jinma?
No, it's like Beijing Amusements. This is the only one they ever built.
Okay.
But I'm very curious to see how this is because it's very clearly the same technology. They somehow just got around Mach's patent.
I think it works different out here.
It does,
Whoa.
yeah. Oh my gosh. So this is the start of our queue. It's called like Garden Fantasy or something like that.
I love it. Well, the area outside definitely was giving
Garden Fantasy, yeah. How did we just wait so long for the Flying Theater and then there's like barely anyone here for this ride? This is our line.
That's it?
Yeah. They must all be watching the show or they're all still in line for the Flying Theater. I like that. I mean, it tells you the height, speed, everything. That's kind of fun. Not them publicly listing the service life. So is that like 15 years? So if it opened in 2019, then once it reaches maximum life, then yeah, what do they do then?
The seats are little bees.
It's very, very cute. Also, not them literally using the same loading process too with a conveyor belt.
I love it.
Let it be known, we have to ride with our bags, and I have my backpack like looped through my shoulders here. This is really weird, and I don't get it. Yeah, this is just like awkward silence. That screen literally doesn't work. There's literally a sign in front of it saying like it doesn't work. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, this is so Arthur. That's so funny. These are kind of scary looking. Whoa! Look at that big fireworks finale. And of course they're turning us to facial from it. It's right over there. Wow, that's cool. Completely unintentional. Whoa! A little janky on the turns. It's definitely giving Arthur vibes, that's for sure.
That was very, very cute. It didn't ride the same as Mach, but I didn't expect it to.
It's solid. I mean, you know, there's
there's
some cute scenery.
For kids, it's cute.
Yeah. So, like, I enjoyed it for what it is. Again, I think that the audio should be adjusted, and they definitely got to fix that screen because that was just funny. Like, they weren't even trying to hide it. They literally had a sign up in front of the screen that's like, yeah, this was not working.
That's kind of hilarious, though.
It is. But I think of the powered, suspended, rotating coasters that we've done. I definitely like the How to Train Your Dragon one, and Arthur much better. We went from being in a packed amusement park to now some of the only people on the pathways.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, but at the same time, I miss the energy. But if the lines are short, then that's fine by me.
Yeah, I definitely think everyone is seeing the nighttime show, aka literally Harmonious.
Yeah, that was really, really weird. I heard rumors like that part of the reason they got rid of Harmonious was because the technology that they developed for it had already been patented by somebody else, and I don't know if they didn't know or they thought they'd get around it. I have no idea. But that looked a whole lot like it. So I have no idea if that's like a ripoff of it or if that's the original. I have no idea.
Yeah, I know this park opened in 2019, but I have no idea how long they've been doing that show. So it's definitely tough to say. Oh, these lights look so good. Wow. Oh, I love what they've done with this. Just light the whole thing up.
Yeah, so I saw them on there earlier, and I was like, I wonder if those are like little LEDs, and they are. That looks great.
Oh, this park is beautiful at night. Honestly, I love the lighting everywhere. The lanterns look so good. We came for one final ride on Dueling Dragons, and one final ride we will not be getting. They closed the line early.
Like a whole hour at least.
Yeah, park closes at 10. It's currently 9.
I did see, it was all in Chinese, so I couldn't tell what rides it was referring to, but it said that some closed at 9, but I figured it was like the kids' rides.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Well, that's too bad. I'm still very grateful that we got 2 rides on the red side and 1 on the green.
Can we just also acknowledge this?
Oh, it's like beautiful.
Like,
stunning, stunning, stunning. Also loving the long hours. We haven't seen a park open this late at night since Tokyo Disney. Actually, no, that's a lie. Universal. Actually, no, wait. Universal closed at 9. Yeah, this is open till 10. So yeah, Tokyo Disney. That's crazy.
I love you debating with yourself over here.
What is going on? Look at all those chickens. Oh my gosh. This might be the randomest thing we've seen all day.
It's interesting because they have freedom of choice to be in here and they want to be here.
Correct.
Like they could easily just fly out.
Oh yeah.
They don't want to.
Weird end to our day for sure, but what a cool first impression of Chinese theme parks.
Yeah, I was saying that this place reminds me of obviously it's like an amusement park, but like the thematic elements, especially like the entrance here, reminds me of like a music festival. Like it's very like EDC, Tomorrowland-esque, like very whimsical and grand. All the lighting fixtures and stuff, like it feels like a weird crossover.
Right, well, and also the fact that this park is free to enter. You just pay for what you want. So people, in theory, could just come in here, hang out, enjoy the shows, they could get some food, and then they could pay to do like a ride or something.
Air Force One.
There's tons to do, like drive around these things around the front entrance.
Dude, I could do that robot thing.
Yeah, oh look, they're right there.
What is this?
I don't know. This is literally Iron Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also this looks like the pods from Jurassic, but
It
without the front.
literally is. What? So we could just drive one of these things around?
Yeah, how do we do it?
I don't know. Is that just like a tap? Do we just scan? Oh my god.
They see me rolling. They hate it. Okay.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Stay clear.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, there's a child behind me.
Is this what it's like to be in Jurassic World?
Yes.
You think
I can get us home?
Yeah, this will get us like an hour drive. We'll just take this thing on. Is that street legal?
Should I just keep going and see if the guy comes running after me?
Do not bring this on the road. Whoa.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Backing up.
I can't see.
You're good. You're good. This is one of the dumbest things we've ever done. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is meant for children.
I have no concept of how long I'm allowed to go for or where I'm allowed to go.
I don't know either.
Can I take us back to Dueling Dragons?
Yeah, literally. That'd probably be the fastest way to get there, low key. Oh my gosh. Brake.
I'm
Turn.
trying.
All right.
Oh, there's a convenience store.
Oh yeah, we can go get some food.
I'll be right back. I got you a Pepsi.
You get my drink? My Diet Dr. Kelp?
I brought you a straw too.
Ah, thanks, fam.
No, this one's you.
Oh, this one? Ah, cool. My drink of choice.
I'm surprised they haven't come after us.
I mean, we're not doing anything wrong. It's definitely meant to be driven around the plaza. I don't know why, though.
For how long? Like, when does it just die?
Until we get bored, I guess. Whee! Did it die? Well, we're out of juice.
Mom, Dad, come get me. I'm scared.
What do we do now?
We paid. I guess we could just go.
I have AAA. I could get someone to come pick us up. Hey, we can go ask this guy. Hey, kid, can you come get us? All right, this place is lit. I had a blast.
That was a great time.
That was good.
Really, really great way to get myself a water bottle.
Yeah, definitely. I've heard this park is dead a lot, so if you come here, I mean, I could see you needing a full day because of how big it is. We definitely needed a full day.
Yeah.
The skip the lines absolutely helped us.
Well, the transit getting here this morning took a long time.
Yeah, yeah, that was time consuming. But this was great. I loved the long hours. I loved being able to see the park in the day and at night. That was sick.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm very, very glad that we decided to do this instead of doing the stuff in Taiwan because of the storm. I think this was a more than worthy replacement.
Yep, for sure. So, all right, we're gonna hop into DD and head back to the Guangzhou. Nope, that's not it. Guangzhou South Railway Station, where our hotel is.
Okay, the fact that it's called DD is really funny because, like, when you refer to someone as your DD, it means they're your designated driver, like when you're drunk.
Oh, it's spelled D-I-D-I, but yeah,
but whenever
DD.
you're like, oh, our DD is coming, I'm like, we're not drunk. It's not like that.
That's funny. About an hour later, by DD, we have arrived at our hotel, only 10 minutes away from Chimelong Paradise, which we'll be visiting tomorrow. You look exhausted.
Dude, I got up at 6:40. It is now after midnight. Yes, I am exhausted.
Yeah, at least this time getting here, there was like no traffic, which we had a ton of traffic getting in. But yeah, not a bad room at all. We're on like the 13th floor, so hopefully that unlucky number does not come to bite us later. But we were really lucky today, so honestly, can't complain. For future reference, I would definitely recommend staying at like American brand name hotels. This was booked pretty last minute, and it was a really weird check-in process. Basically, we had to like follow a guy from one location that we were originally given all the way to like a different building, and it was just like,
thank God I'm not here alone because I would never be able to do that. I'd be so freaked out, like as a woman, like by myself. No.
It was very unconventional. Like he was nice and all, but it was just very. I don't know. There was definitely a moment where we were like following this guy we've never met before, and we're like, "This seems suspicious." But
if it wasn't through Hotels.com or something, I don't think I would have been able to do it.
Yeah, or we actually this was Trip.com. So Trip.com is actually very common in like Asia. Like a lot of them, the trains, the hotels, even the theme parks. We got our tickets for Guangzhou Sunac Land through Trip.com. So, like, that's another very useful app while you're out here. If you come to China, get Trip.com app, get Alipay app, and WeChat. Yeah. That's your triple threat to make it out here.
And a VPN.
Yeah.
Definitely that, too.
Get yourself a VPN. Pro tip, the Wi-Fi sucks everywhere we've gone.
I don't know that that's really a tip.
Just something to be aware of. But overall, today was great. It was really, really cool to visit that park. Not a park I expected to visit anytime soon.
No.
But like all things considered, it went pretty well. Yeah, it was kind of a bummer that like Dueling Dragons closed early and we couldn't get one final ride.
Yeah,
but
we
like
got to do both, which we did not.
Exactly. I think we made up for it by the fact that we got to do both. We went in fully anticipating to just get one side. That was a very pleasant surprise, and the slide and the observation deck was so cool.
Oh god, yeah.
The flying theater was amazing. The water ride was pretty cool. There were a lot of things to enjoy about that
that was
park.
a really cool park. I really liked it.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to Chimelong Paradise, which is the other big park of the Guangzhou region, and one of three Chimelong parks that we'll be visiting on this trip.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So stay tuned for that one coming up very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
On the next episode of Coasting Through Asia, we're riding a lot of rides that look vaguely familiar.
It is the exact same as Superman at Discovery Kingdom.
It's very, very, very similar to Sheep,
It's though pretty similar to Colossus.
with some really creative names.
You have Dive Coaster, Skyrocket, and then 10 Inversion Coaster, which are all just the ride model names.
Oh, and we're also doing whatever this is.
Whoa! Are you kidding me?
And it's all coming up next.